Hey, this is Danielle K. Howland. In this video, I'm going to talk about overcoming your fear of success. I believe that more people have a fear of success than they have a fear of failure. I remember when I first got started in my business, I was really gung-ho about my business. I was excited, but there was something inside of me that said, oh no, what if I become too successful? What will people think of me? Will people hate me? What will I have to step on people's toes to become successful? I mean, I had a whole lot of things going on, brewing in myself that I had to heal and get rid of so that I could break free. I was doing a lot of self-sabotage. I would start and stop and start and stop. And there were things in my life that I would just procrastinate, and I would, move my focus from what I should have been doing to things that I shouldn't have been doing. And so this is a fear of success. And if you've ever had a fear of success, which you probably do, you know the signs, but you probably didn't understand them. And I'm going to break it down in this video. A fear of success. Let me give you 5 tips to let you know if you have a fear of success. Number 1, like I said, is self-sabotage. Are you looking to move forward? You made the commitment, you have the desire, and then you start to move forward, but then you move backwards. So let's say, for instance, you want to be successful in losing 10 pounds. And so you sign up for the gym, you start going to the gym, but then all of a sudden you start to feel overwhelmed and kind of tired because the gym has been taking a lot of your energy, even though you feel good on the one hand. On the other hand, you're like, oh my goodness, I'm sore, this, that, and the other. So you stop going. So you stop going for 1 day, 2 days, then you start to buy your lattes again at Starbucks, and then you start to eat your toast and bagels and things like that. And before you know it, you're no longer going to the gym. So those 10 pounds that you decided to lose is gone. It's out of your reach now because you decided that you were not going to move forward subconsciously. You subconsciously sabotaged your chances of successfully losing those 10 pounds. So that is one example of a fear of success. The number 2 example is this: you start to hang out with the wrong people. And before you know it, you are going backwards, doing the things that you were doing before you were on the right path. Let's say you started in personal development. You were doing all the great things. You were listening to Jim Rohn and Zig Ziglar and Les Brown and, all these great people that was giving you great advice, and you were feeling pumped, and you were feeling overwhelmed with positivity, and you were pumped up. And then all of a sudden, you start to feel as if you are too disconnected from your old life. So then you start to go back and you start to revisit friends who don't have your best interest at heart. They're not on the same path as you, but you start to hang out with them and you think, oh, it's no big deal. But it is a big deal, because guess what? You are on one path, someone else is on a different path, and your two paths can't meet. So yes, that will take you back. Now you're not listening to your personal development anymore. You're not doing the things that you were doing that were bringing you closer to your success. You have gone backwards, and now you're going to have to work harder to maintain that momentum again. The number 3, eye-opening moment is to let you know that you can get sick. You can get sick. And I know you're probably like, well, Danielle, I mean, I can't help but getting sick. Yes and no. Yes and no. I'm going to be honest with you. Sickness, a lot of times, is just psychological damage. It's something that you've created in your mind mentally that your body is used to. Anytime you start to go on another path and start to do something new, it may be a little stressful at first, but then your body's reaction to that stress is sickness. And it's really based on fear. It's really based on fear. So I want you to recognize, whenever you start to move forward, whenever you start to do something, strategic for yourself that's going to take you to a level of success, and then all of a sudden you start to feel sick, or you get a cold or the flu, or you hurt yourself or something like that. These are self-sabotaging, unconscious self-sabotaging behaviors. That's what it is. And I want you to recognize that. I knew a lady that I was coaching, and every time the coaching program got a little too much for her, she always disappeared, and she would say that she was sick. And I recognized this in her. I recognized that this was something that was a self-sabotage behavior for her and that she needed to fix. Number 4, eye-opening moment. These are eye-opening moments to let you know that you have a fear of success. The 4th thing that you can recognize in yourself is that when you start to procrastinate, when you have something that you know you should be doing, you have it all mapped out in your mind, you might have even written it down on a piece of paper. You probably did not create a deadline, right? Not creating deadlines, that's a perfect way to fall into the trap of procrastination. And so you start to procrastinate, you start to do other things, you start to push it away, and before you know it, that thing that you wrote down, that new idea, that new program, that new whatever it is that you were going to start, you never got around to it because you procrastinated. And that is a total fear of success. That is a self-sabotage behavior, and I want you to be aware of it. And the 5th thing that I'm going to let you know is that you need to be aware of when you are avoiding doing things that you should be doing, avoiding doing the things that you know is going to take you to success, avoiding taking that next step, avoiding mapping it out, avoiding writing down your goals, avoiding all the things that you need to do. You have 24 hours in a day. How many hours in that day are you working towards the things that you need to do? Think about that. Or are you watching TV? Are you, scrolling through Facebook? What are you doing in those hours? Are you sleeping too much? What are you doing in those hours as opposed to doing the things that you say you want to do to move towards the success that you want, but you don't do it? You're avoiding. And when you avoid, you will never create the things that you need to do for yourself. You will never do it. So what I want you to do today, hopefully this video resonated with you. I want you to recognize those 5 behaviors of a fear of success. Recognize them in your own life, in your own pursuit of your success, whatever you are trying to succeed at right now. Can you pinpoint those 5 areas? And if you can, be honest with yourself and draw a line in the sand and say, I'm not going to do this anymore. And replace those behaviors with income producing behaviors or successful behaviors. If it's for business, income producing behaviors. If it's for something else, health wise, spiritual wise, whatever, successful behaviors, so that you can move forward. Because with those 5 things in the way, you will never, ever be able to get to the level of success that you want. If anything, you're just pushing it away. All right. I hope this video was informative for you, and I'll see you in the next module. Take care.